instructor with the Princeton Review, and this is a video on the lead up to test day. So it can be really tempting to try and cram like you did the last time you took a test for the GMAT, but it really isn't going to work. For standardized tests, you have to build habits, and that takes time. It's not something you can do at the last second. So set yourself up before the GMAT so that you don't have to cram. Try and do any of the memorization you have to do well in advance so that your last week before the test, you can really kind of scale down the studying and make it more about reviewing and less about trying to take in new info and new content. If you have time before test day and you're able to fit it into your schedule, I would recommend taking a practice run to the test center by whatever mode of transport you're going to take on test day. So if you're going to take public transit, do that. If you're going to drive, try and drive and figure out where parking is, just so that on test day you don't have any logistics to worry about. You're not worried that you're going to get lost or you won't know where to park. And so you also have a sense of how much time to budget to get there. When you get there, you'll see it's just a building with a room inside that has a bunch of computers in it. It's not a horrible torture chamber, and you can visualize yourself emerging after your test victorious and then go home. And that way it's just a little bit less to worry about on test day. In the lead up to your test, try and get your normal amounts of sleep, of caffeine, of exercise, because the test is a physical challenge as well. You're sitting and staring at a computer screen for a lot of hours. So try not to throw yourself off balance by having a ton of Red Bull, a few days before your test, or pulling a bunch of late nights. Just try to keep yourself in your normal mode so that you won't be suddenly groggy or sleepy midway through your test. The night before your test, I would recommend putting your books away at 6 or 7 o'clock, having your favorite dinner, having a relaxing evening, watch a movie or go for a walk. And really your number one priority the night before the test is to get a good night's sleep. So do whatever you can so that you can be relaxed and well rested, and that way you can wake up in the morning ready to work and ready to perform your best on the test. The day of the test, no matter how early you're writing, no matter how nervous or queasy you feel, have a big meal, have something filling and hearty, because again, it's a long test. It's a physical challenge, and your brain needs food to function. You can bring snacks with you and then access them during your breaks, but make sure you eat before you go in. The day of your test, what I would recommend doing is a set of warm-up problems. And by warm-up problems, I mean a small set of questions, maybe one of each type. So one reading comprehension, one critical reasoning question, one sentence correction, and then for the math, one problem solving and one data sufficiency. So just 5 questions. And I would pick challenging, difficult questions that you've already solved once before. And that way it gets you awake, gets you in the zone, gets your brain, firing on all cylinders, and then you're ready to go. I wouldn't pick anything that you haven't solved already, because if you pick something hard and really struggle with it, it would obviously put you in totally the wrong state of mind for the test. But you can select those questions ahead of time, put them aside, and then you have them ready for you on test day. Then leave all your notes at home. You can't bring them into the test center, but go into the test feeling ready, feeling awake, feeling energized, and ready to do the GMAT to the best of your ability.